Colors being in place, please stand. Hand salute, 1, 2. I'll turn the microphone over now to the department adjutant at this point for a few announcements.
Thank you. I only have one announcement and then a prize drawing that we're going to take care of. The gateway, please be seated. I didn't have to do that. Gateway Insurance had offered, I'm not sure what the procedure was, but there were 2 gift cards that were offered for a winner who lives right, and 2 people apparently are living right. Ron Harrington, you have a gift card, come get it. And Larry Funk, I know where you are, you come get your, are you awake, Larry? There he is, yeah, he's awake, come get it. Ron Arrington, he's right here. He's not coming fast enough. We got a lot of work to do.
Here, let's pass it down there.
Yep.
Let me handle it.
Because we're feeling generous, we're going to do the first $50 drawing right now. Okay, the number is 755353. Okay, number 755353. Throw it back in, yeah, throw it away. 755095. Come, there it is. Okay, we wrapped up drawing number 5. Those of you who have an idea on how this can be done better, let me assure you about 25 people have told me that already. Save your breath. We'll fix it next time. Thank you. Commander, it's all yours.
Thank you, Hugh. We do not have a championship color guard to recognize this year. The department did not receive any applications for any teams to compete. I know there have been a few talking about starting a color guard, but at this point nothing is solidified. I want to encourage all posts and units to enter the competition next year. In the past, this state has had many national winners, so let's get back into the thing. We always need more dedicated color and honor guard units throughout the state to represent our organization at local, state, and national events and continue our service of honor to our brave veterans and perform the last rites of those veterans who served our great nation. We need you to take it up a notch and revive a long-standing tradition. We cannot afford to wait. We must all act now. Beginning a military veterans organization is only the natural that we recognize outstanding service members and their current contribution in combat and readiness across the globe. I ask now Northern Vice Commander Pete Van Worden to approach the lecture and announce the winners. Pete.
Every year we recognize top military members in 3 categories. These categories are active duty, reserve, and National Guard. We're extremely pleased with the number and the quality of all service members who will be announced today. They should be proud of their tremendous service to their communities, their state, and their nation. First, we would like to welcome the District National Guard Military Person of the Year Award recipients. Paulina Hoffman, sponsored by Post 260 in the 2nd District. Army Specialist Joe Fox, a member of the Indiana National Guard 776 Engineer Battalion, sponsored by Post 37 in the 3rd District. Army Staff Sergeant Lacey Ashby, a member of the Indiana National Guard's 163rd Field Artillery Battalion, sponsored by Post 200 in the 8th District. Army Master Sergeant Alan Thomas Jr., a member of the Indiana Army National Guard 113th Engineer Battalion, sponsored by Post 270 in the 1st District, or the 8th District. Okay. Typing error here. 1st District. Yeah, Lacey wasn't here. This is Thomas. The next one is Army Sergeant First Class Carlos Franco, a member of the Indiana National Guard 38th Combat Aviation Brigade, sponsored by Post 186 in the 11th District. That's all we have. And the winner of Military Person of the Year, it's the last one, Franco. Carlos Franco.
Okay, I got it right here. Sorry.
Okay, if we got that all straightened out, our department winner for Military Person of the Year, Master Sergeant Alan Thomas Jr.
Thank you so much for this humble honor. As I stand here in a sea of veterans, I'd like to give thanks for the true heroes at home, which is our families and our loved ones who, every deployment that we do, they also do. Today I'm kind of here with my wife. She's 8 months pregnant. If she could stand, wave at me or something like that. She's in the corner. And my daughter, Carolyn. And they're truly... They are truly what drives me. As I look at my daughter, Carolyn, she's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. And I know that every soldier, every sailor, every airman, every veteran can say the same things about their family. And I'm just humbled with this opportunity to be standing here for you today. And there's so many people to thank with this opportunity, being in 17 years, covering 6 mobilizations. And my daughter at 8 years old has already gone through 2 mobilizations through her life, and they've just been incredibly supportive to help me to achieve the things I'd like to achieve. And I'd just like to thank God for giving me the strength to do these things. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank American Legion Post 270. Colonel Ligon, if you raise your hand, give me a hand. I appreciate your mentorship and guidance. Please. District 1 Commander, I appreciate all the guidance that you also given me as well. Through your mentorship, we can go ahead and continue to give the American Legion the youth that it needs to go ahead and keep on being the prosperous organization that's continuing to provide veterans going forward here as we go ahead and have the different wars that we have to do. And thank you for your time.
only got one. Read my...
Okay, next we would like to welcome the District Reserve Military Person of the Year Award. We only have one entry this year in this category. And the recipient of both district and department award is Navy Ready Reserve Lieutenant Commander Blair Milo. Please make your way to the stage. Milo is sponsored by Post 403 in the 3rd District. She was commissioned in the U.S. Navy in 2004, where she served as an anti-submarine warfare officer for the USS Mason, DDG 87. During this time, she completed 2 Persian Gulf deployments. After serving in Bahrain and Iraq, Milo transferred to the Chief of Naval Operations Staff at the Pentagon, where she worked on the Navy's newest stealth destroyer ship, class DDG 1000. In 2010, Milo transitioned from active to reserve duty, where she served as a surface warfare subject matter expert at the Office of Naval Intelligence before transferring to the NATO Warfare Development Group in the Great Lakes, Illinois. She currently holds the rank of Lieutenant Commander while serving in the standby reserves. Milo has also volunteered for numerous community service opportunities, including time in public office. She was first elected mayor of LaPorte, Indiana in 2011 and re-elected in 2015. Since 2012, Mayor Milo has led the community team that has created a business environment where over $266 million in investments and 1,100 new jobs have been created. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you all very much for this unbelievable honor today that I can't tell you how incredible it feels to stand here before you, just as the Master Sergeant just mentioned, to be in a room full of veterans. That I just had the opportunity before coming into the room here to talk a little bit with some of the folks that are back from the region, and the American Legion and the auxiliary certainly changed my life early on. That I had the opportunity to go to Girls State as a junior. It's a great program. And it was through my time at Girls State that it fully transformed my path, that it instilled in me a love for country. That I didn't come from a military family, and so it was a great opportunity to learn about what it means to serve, and I found there a patriotism and a passion for service that I never would have found, I don't believe, if I had been a part of any other program. So I can't thank the Legion, the auxiliary, and everyone that is here in this room that has served for all that you have done for our country, for our state, and then certainly personally for my life, that you've put me on a path and served as an example for me in so many different ways. So a huge thank you to everyone in the room, to everyone at Post 403 for the nomination, and thank you so much for all of your service. God bless America.
And finally, we would like to welcome the District Active Duty Military Person of the Year recipients. Army Staff Sergeant China Lee, a member of the U.S. Army Recruiting Command. She is sponsored by Post 354 in the 8th District. Army Private First Class Tyler Richardson, a member of the 3rd Battalion, 66th Armor Regiment of the 1st Infantry Division, sponsored by Post 152 in the 10th District. And he could not be here due to deployment, but we will ensure he receives his award. Army First Sergeant Nicholas Baum, currently deployed to Afghanistan. He's a member of the Indiana National Guard's 939th Military Police Detachment, sponsored by Post 403 in the 3rd District. And now, the department winner for Military Person of the Year is Staff Sergeant China Lee.
Hi.
In 2009 and completed advanced individual training for petroleum supply specialists in 2011. She deployed to Afghanistan where she conducted convoy security. Once she returned from deployment, Lee completed training to become a human resource specialist. From there, Lee went on to serve in a number of overseas duty stations, including Germany and Korea. While serving in Germany, Lee was awarded the Military Outstanding Volunteer Service Medal for devoting over 140 hours to the Garrison Better Opportunity for Single Soldiers, BOSS program. Thank you.
Hi, I honestly didn't expect this whatsoever. I want to thank all my mentors that I've had, one being Sergeant Van Hooks, who pushed me to do better as far as getting myself out there and really supporting the JRTC and the community. And we want to make future leaders and soldiers in the community, as well as civilians, to be the best people that they can be. And I am very thankful and blessed that I am able to help those in need and mentor them and coach them throughout their opportunities that they would get, whether they become in the military or whether they do great things in life. I had great leaders that really taught me just to push myself, even when most people don't think that you could do it. But do it for yourself and know that you could become a great, great leader and person. And it just takes that one person to really believe in you, for you to do something great. And I want to thank you all.
Congratulations to all our military award recipients. You are on watch. You are doing your part to ensure the protection of our nation and the world, and we thank you very much. At this time, I would like to invite the Chairman of the Law Enforcement, Firefighter, and EM Service Awards Committee and my Northern Vice Commander counterpart, Nick Nikoloff, to join the Commander on the lower stage to present these very special awards. The Law Officer Program was a product of National Commander John Davis in 1966-67 of North Dakota, who recognized the breakdown in respect for law and order in the 60s and initiated a program that year. Here in Indiana, the program has resulted in what we are witnessing this afternoon. The Firefighter of the Year Award follows the Law Officer of the Year Award a decade later, established by department convention members in 1977. It too recognizes outstanding public servants who dedicate their lives to the public. And recognizing the increased role played by emergency medical personnel in Homeland Security, a few years ago, we expanded the program to honor EMS personnel in the program. And it is the intent of this program to honor outstanding firefighters, law enforcement officers, and EMS personnel at our annual convention, and in some small way let them know that the American Legion recognizes and appreciates their efforts on our behalf, and that we further recognize the terrific pressure they serve 24 hours a day. We'll present the Law Officer of the Year Award first, when the Firefighters Awards, and then, last but not least, the EMS candidates. Each of the district winners will be presented with a distinctive plaque which identifies them as a finalist in this year's competition, and their district's Law Enforcement Officer of the Year Award. The department will ensure those who couldn't be here today receive their awards at a later date. As I call your name, please come forward and receive your award and line up on the lower platform. We ask that the audience holds its applause until all have been introduced. The district nominees for the Lewis Schmidt Award from the districts are Troy Williams, sponsored by Post 60 in the 2nd District. Christopher Siramore, sponsored by Post 308 in the 3rd District. Clifford Hibbs, sponsored by Post 215 in the 4th District. And Christian Newton, sponsored by Post 160 in the 5th District. Jimmy Durnell, sponsored by Post 18 in the 7th District. Wendell Ingram, sponsored by Post 200 in the 8th District. Not in?
It's not the script, you need to read off.
Okay. And we'll back up one district that was not put in the script is James Hunter, in 6th District. I don't know which post he's from. Stephen Knie, sponsored by Post 185 in the 9th District. Michael Vicario, sponsored by Post 216 in the 10th District. And Thomas Leon, sponsored by Post 34 in the 11th District. We have a round of applause for everyone. And now it's my pleasure to announce the winner of the 2017 Lewis Schmidt Award for the Department of Indiana Law Officer of the Year, Clifford Hibbs, sponsored by Post 215 in the 4th District. I'm just going to start reading that. Officer Hibbs did not consider a career in law enforcement until a family tragedy changed his mind. His brother was tragically killed by a drunk driver who was on her 3rd operating while intoxicated charge. After taking college courses to become a certified correction officer, Hibbs took a position as a jail officer for the LaGrange County Sheriff's Department in 1991. Hibbs never lost sight of his goal to become a law enforcement officer. After completing training in the Reserve Academy in Fort Wayne, Hibbs was hired by the LaGrange County Sheriff's Department. Hibbs has continued to increase his knowledge of law enforcement techniques to solidify himself as an asset to not only the LaGrange Police Department, but to his community. He holds certifications in close quarter combat, ground fighting, and Krav Maga, while he instructs officers from multiple departments. The floor is yours, Clifford.
I'm honored. Loss of words. I'd like to thank everybody here for what they've done for me here. My family for putting up with me for so many years. Coming home late, I know as the rest of the officers are up here, we dedicate our time. We never get to make sure we come home on time, but the structure of our families are recipient to what we have. I am deeply honored. Thank you very much.
Now for the 2017 District Firefighter of the Year Awards. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your award. We will again ask the audience to hold their applause until all have been introduced. The district winners are Joseph Martin, sponsored by Post 66 in the 1st District. Have Dwayne Harrigan, sponsored by Post 403 in the 3rd District. Corey Garman, sponsored by Post 467 in the 4th District. Scott Flug, sponsored by Post 6 in the 5th District. Brandon Rodier, sponsored by Post 233 in the 7th District. James Thornton, sponsored by Post 200 in the 8th District. Christopher C., sponsored by Post 185 in the 9th District. And Mark Rapp, sponsored by Post 186 in the 11th District. I think we have a round of applause for all our district firefighters. And now to announce the 2017 Martin A. Warner Award for the Department of Indiana Firefighter of the Year, Scott Flug. Scott was sponsored by the 6th District, Post 6 in the 5th District. Flug's a firefighter for the Kokomo Fire Department, where he's responsible for driving Rescue 1 and keeping accountability of all the equipment. He also holds a position on the Hazardous Emergency Response Team and has attained numerous fire service certificates. In addition to serving his community as a firefighter, he also serves our country in the United States Air Force Reserve. Flug is also active in his community. He has taken part in multiple charitable events, including a 9/11 Slugfest boxing match for the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the EOD Warrior Foundation. Flug continues to further his training in life-saving techniques such as fire investigation, rope rescue technician, emergency medical technician, confined space technician, and vehicle and machinery response operations. Scott, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I didn't expect to win. I'm very humbled, especially, first off, I want to thank Post 6 from Kokomo for everything they've done, the 5th District, and the American Legion as a whole. It's very humbling when you're standing in front of a room with a bunch of combat veterans here who you guys have put your lives on the line for the freedoms for us to do what we do, to work as firefighters, police officers, or whatever. You know, you guys have done a lot, put your lives on the line, your families through a lot, so we can be up here. And for you guys to recognize us, firefighters, police officers, EMS, even the military people working now, it's very humbling. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, but I thank you, but I think we should all thank each and every one of you. So how about we give it a round of applause for all you guys. Thank you.
And now let us recognize the district winners of the EMS of the Year. We'll start out with Jeffrey Kuhn, sponsored by Post 403 in the 3rd District. We have Mary Allred, sponsored by Post 97 in the 4th District. We have Randy McMillan, sponsored by Post 6 in the 5th District. And David Fitzsimmons, sponsored by Post 200 in the 8th District. We have Christopher C., sponsored by Post 185 in the 9th District. And Ryan Ballard, sponsored by Post 64 in the 11th District. We have a round of applause for our EMS district members. And now, the winner of the 2017 Franklin Gilbert Jr. EMS of the Year Award is Mary Allred. Mary was sponsored by Post 97 in the 4th District. Allred was introduced into the EMS field while her husband Brian was working for the LaGrange EMS. She enrolled in an EMS basic course and continued her education until she became a paramedic. In 1995, after completing paramedic school, Allred and her husband traveled to Louisiana to work for Arcadian Ambulance Service. In 1996, they moved back to their home in Indiana, where Allred got her job in the Noble County Sheriff Department dispatch office, and her husband started back with the LaGrange EMS. Tragically, in December of '96, Allred lost her husband when a drunk driver crossed the center line and struck the ambulance he was working on. This led to Allred to become an advocate for the Don't Drink and Drive campaign throughout Michigan and Indiana. Through the campaign, she has traveled to schools and fire departments to educate people on the dangers of drunk driving. Allred continues to teach the awareness of PTSD in the emergency service field to the EMS, fire, police, and other organizations. Mary, the floor is yours.
I talk a lot, but actually I'm speechless. I'm very humbled. Thank you, Post 97, for honoring me and for all of you. 30 years in EMS, I've helped a lot of people, and I've met a lot. And I think this is one of the best awards that I've ever received. Thank you.
Mr. Commander, on behalf of the committee, I would like to acknowledge the work performed by the chairman of the Law Officer Enforcement, Firefighter, and EMT committees. It is the post chairman assisted by his and her district chairman who truly make these awards work so well. As chairman of the committee this year, I want to thank them all for their outstanding work and participation, and thank you for allowing me to serve in such a worthy capacity. Each of your nominees represent what we believe are the finest attributes of a public servant. You have received not only the recognition of your communities for your professionalism, but you have now received the recognition of a statewide organization that represents over 100,000 citizens of Indiana. Keep up the great work in our Hoosier communities. Commander, this completes my awards presentation at this section, and thank you for allowing me to be your Northern Vice this year.
Thank you, Ben.
And a fun year, sir.
Nick, we thank you for conducting this portion of the program. We appreciate the hard work that you have did on the committee during the past year, and I'll also mention my pride in seeing you in very many wonderful public service events that you attended this year. And thank you for coming to our convention. Thank you all. I now like to call to the podium Children and Youth Commission Chairman Alan Conley to announce the award winners. Alan.
Thank you, Commander. Each year, Educator of the Year awards are presented in the following three categories. The first category honors the educator in grades kindergarten through 6. The second category is grades 7 through 8, and the last category is grades 9 through 12. The Educator of the Year judging is based on the candidate's career, community service, family involvement, and letters of recognition. It is my great personal privilege to present to you our Educators of the Year for 2017. First, our district winners in the elementary and intermediate school category. The district winners are Adeline Alkire, sponsored by Post 186 from the 11th District. Carla Bloom, sponsored by Post 468 in the 4th District. Jessica Borden, sponsored by Post 463 in the 8th District. And Kathleen Doherty, sponsored by Post 185 in the 9th District. And now, I am proud to announce the department winner who will receive a $500 grant in the name of their school. The Department Elementary and Intermediate School Educator of the Year is Carla Bloom, sponsored by Post 468 in the 4th District. Bloom has been teaching elementary school students for 31 years. She earned her bachelor's degree in elementary education from Ball State University in 1984. She started her teaching career as a kindergarten teacher for Southern Wells Community Schools. In 1989, she became a second grade teacher for Southern Wells and continued to teach second grade until the year 2000 when she accepted a position as a reading recovery teacher at Adams Central Community Schools. Throughout her teaching career, she has stressed the importance of parental involvement in the classroom. She continually brings in parent volunteers to be involved in classroom activities. Carla is also very active in her community. She has volunteered in multiple positions at the First Mennonite Church as a Sunday school teacher, piano player, and Bible school teacher. She has been a leader for the Adams County 4-H for 15 years. She has also volunteered for Pack Away Hunger for 5 years and roadside trash pickup for 10 years. The floor is yours, Carla.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting this at all. I think there's a lot of great teachers out there, and I'm really humbled because I think our true heroes are you. You've been on the front lines and you've been fighting, and I just appreciate everything that you've done. And one of the goals that I have in my classroom is to instill a love for our country and a passion for our country and for what you do and how you serve our children and how they can grow up to do and be what they want to be. And I'm just so grateful and humbled. Thank you.
Next, in the junior high 7th and 8th grade category, the district winners are Paul Hewitt, sponsored by Post 185 in the 9th district. And Patrick Kennedy, sponsored by Post 34 in the 11th district. And now, I am proud to announce the Department Junior High winner who will receive a $500 grant to their school. The Department Junior High Educator of the Year is Paul Hewitt, sponsored by Post 185 in the 9th district. Hewitt started his teaching career at Switzerland County Schools teaching 8th grade health and physical education and high school history. He says that teaching physical education highlighted his love of teaching sports. He has coached multiple sports at Switzerland County Schools, including 8th grade boys basketball, junior high track and cross country, junior varsity basketball, varsity baseball, and served as athletic director. Hewitt says that one of the biggest rewards of his teaching career has been the opportunity to take 8th graders to Gettysburg and Washington, D.C. He said, "This is a chance of a lifetime for some of our students. Most won't admit it, but I think this is a part of their life they will never forget." Hewitt is currently teaching health and physical education and social studies at Switzerland County Schools. The floor is yours.
You're asking a guy to cut 3 minutes from 40 years of teaching. It's not going to fit. But again, thank you. Again, first of all, it's been mentioned to all those who have served our country. In 8th grade social studies, 8th graders sometimes aren't in the category of human beings. For those of you who have taught them before, okay? But I hope we do bring across to them the importance of what all of you have done. and the opportunities it does provide for each and every one of us. My family, thank them for being here today. Our district, I'm going to brag on them, Post 185, you know, we've got recipients here from each of the categories, and the other two are former students of mine. So that gives you an idea how long I've been at this job, okay? But again, to the Legion, I do appreciate this opportunity, and especially to the local, and like I say, been there long enough to pretty well run through a couple generations, so I'm going to get out the door for the third generation rolls through. But thank you all.
We were all 8th graders at one time. In the high school category, the district winners are Elizabeth Connolly, sponsored by Post 369 in the 1st District. Michael Lance, sponsored by Post 409 in the 4th District. William Van Hooks Jr., sponsored by Post 354 in the 8th District. Adam Dennis, sponsored by Post 185 in the 9th District. And James Wilson, sponsored by Post 34 in the 11th District. And now I'm proud to announce the Department High School Education winner who will receive a $500 grant to her school. The Department High School Educator of the Year is Michael Lance, sponsored by Post 409 from the 4th District. Congratulations, Michael. Lance started his teaching career in the year 2000 as a severe behavior handicapped teacher at the Western Buckeye Educational Servicing Center in Van Wert, Ohio. In 2003, Lance relocated to Fort Wayne, Indiana, where he started teaching 6th grade social studies at Prince Chapman Academy. After a year at Prince Chapman, Lance accepted a position as a social studies teacher at Leo Junior Senior High School in Leo, Indiana. Lance has also dedicated time to extracurricular activities. He has held many coaching positions during his career, including 8th grade football, junior varsity baseball, 9th grade football, and varsity assistance football coach. Lance has also volunteered for multiple community service activities. He has volunteered for the Special Olympics and the Miss Virginia House. He has also coordinated multiple events to help veterans in the community. Since 2008, he has organized a collection of Veterans Day cards for Indiana Veterans Home. He has been a member of the Sons of the American Legion since 2010. Michael, the floor is yours.
Wow. There's a lot of teachers more deserving than me, but I thank you for recognizing me. Growing up, kids had Batman and Superman and sports athletes as their heroes, but I got to hang out with mine. My dad was a Vietnam vet. I got to hang out with him and all of his vet buddies. I grew up in VFWs and Legions, hanging out with veterans, so I got to hang out with my rock stars all the time. So I instill that into my students. You know, if it's a vet cause, I'm doing it. My kids know that. They know I'm passionate about veterans and giving back to them because you guys have given so much to us in our country. Like to thank Post 409, the 4th District, and my beautiful wife and my kids, because really this should have their names on it, because they sacrifice so much for me to do what I love to do, because I'm out having fun. You know, they're at home without dad and their husband. In fact, my wife's about ready to become a widow because football season starts in a couple weeks. So, you know, so this is really their award, because like I said, I'm just having fun doing what I'm doing. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much to all of you and what you do every day for our students and communities. To all our districts who sent us these exceptional teachers in their communities to recognize, thank you. Teachers, please let your teachers know how much we appreciate all you do and continue to lead the way in growing the best Hoosier citizens we possibly can. This completes the Educator of the Year Awards. Let's give these educators one more round of applause. Our next awards are in the area of scouting. The Boy Scouts of America is a traditional program of the American Legion. Indiana has an active scout program, and we feel privileged to honor some of the outstanding young men who are involved in scouting here today. The American Legion Scout of the Year program requires that nominees be registered and active members of a Boy Scout troop or varsity scout team chartered to an American Legion post or auxiliary unit. Or the nominee must be registered and active in a chartered Boy Scout troop and be the son or grandson of a Legion or auxiliary member. Additionally, each nominee must have received the Eagle Scout Award, which is the highest award in scouting, and have reached his 15th birthday. There are many other requirements, but these are the essentials. Would the chairman of the Boy Scouts Committee, Stan Gatewood, please join the commander on the lower stage for these presentations. The first youth program sponsored by the American Legion was scouting. The preamble to the Constitution of the American Legion begins, "For God and country we associate ourselves." And the Scout Oath begins, "On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country." This common bond becomes even more exceptional with the recognition of our Eagle Scout of the Year program, in which we face the daunting task of choosing the best of the best. But choose we must, so as I introduce each of our candidates for Scout of the Year, I would ask that they come up on the stage to accept their plaque and our best wishes from Commander May. And they are. The first district winner, who is not with us today, is Daniel Cuevas, and Mike Flores, Scoutmaster, will accept the award for Daniel. Here we go. There's Marty.
By the way, I'm not Mike Flores. You had scout camp, couldn't make it.
It'd be a lot easier name to spell if you were. The 6th district winner, Steve Johnson. The 7th district winner, Nicholas Heilman. Going over there. And the 8th district winner, Garrett Armstrong. By virtue of their achievement of the coveted rank of Eagle Scout, each of these gentlemen are already winners. Let us hear it for those outstanding young men. Each scout will receive a $200 scholarship in honor of his achievement, except for the Department of Indiana Scout of the Year, who will receive a $1,000 scholarship and another plaque from the department. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 Indiana American Legion Scout of the Year is from the 1st District, sponsored by Post 369, Daniel Cuevas. And here to accept on his behalf is Marty Zinkowitz.
Thank you.
You go down. Congratulations to Daniel, and tell him to keep up the great work, Marty. Absolutely, go ahead. 2 minutes.
I don't usually get to talk all the time, but I worked with this gentleman, Dan Cuevas, and he was an outstanding scout. He went to Bishop Knoll High School. He had a 4.5 grade point average, was a valedictorian, and his Eagle Scout project, he built shelters for the, I believe it was a soccer and a track team at his school, Bishop Knoll. He couldn't be here today because he's been on vacation for 3 weeks, and the scoutmaster calls me up and says, hey, I have to get an 18-passenger van this morning because they're going to scout camp tomorrow. So I said, no problem, we got it covered. So thank you very much. I appreciate the award, and I think Stan Gatewood and his committee do a great job. Thank you.
That concludes the Scout of the Year Awards, and we thank the American Legion, Department of Indiana for its continuing sponsorship of the program and for the opportunity to present these prestigious awards here at the convention. This next award is the national organization's Square Knot Award. This award recognizes members of the American Legion family who are dedicated to and actively involved in furthering the Boy Scouts of America program. The recipients will receive a certificate and a gold and purple square knot that may be worn on a scout uniform. Included is a certificate and a congratulatory letter from the National Commander. This year's Square Knot awardees are Dennis Northrup, sponsored by Post 101 in the 1st District. And John Higgins, sponsored by Post 47 in the 4th District. If either one of you gentlemen would like to say a word or two, the mic is yours. Go ahead.
If I may, I think we covered a little bit of the God and country, but as a scout, every scout takes his oath on my honor. I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country. And every scout does that at every meeting. And that's a lot of the parallels between the American Legion and the Scouting program, not to mention the origins of the Scouting program really came out of the military, first in Britain and then to the United States in 1910. I think, and I probably may speak for my colleague here or any good scout leader involved, that the Scouting program is sort of like, you hear the vocal group Boys to Men, but this is the living thing. It's the evolution of a boy to a man. The Eagle Scouts that were represented here today, we should all be proud of. I have had the good fortune of having quite a few Eagle Scouts in my scouting career. I would like to tell you that of those, 7 entered the military. 1 as a Marine, came back, finished his school, worked for the county DEA, was transferred to Washington, D.C., worked for the DEA there, transferred to the FBI, and is currently a pilot and an FBI agent out of the Kansas City, Missouri office. Another scout, Eagle Scout, went to Annapolis. By the way, he was accepted at West Point, the Air Force Academy, Stanford, and MIT. Went to Annapolis. He is currently Lieutenant Commander on a nuclear submarine somewhere in the Pacific. That's what scouting's all about. Thank you.
At this time, it is my privilege to announce the winner of the 2017 Girl Scout Gold Award. Would Girl Scout Committee Chairman Gail Gollich please join the commander on the lower stage to present the award? She was trying, though. This is the highest department award for Girl Scouts, and Sarah Rosman is our winner. She is sponsored by Post 346 in the 6th District. She will receive a department plaque and a $1,000 scholarship. Okay, Sarah, the floor is yours if you'd like to say a word or two.
Okay, I'll just stand like this. Okay, so, yeah. So, I just wanted to say that Scouting means a lot to me. My Gold Award continues to be important to me. And now my next step is going to college. And becoming a teacher is important to me. And you are all helping me get there. Every time I walk into my classroom, every time I'm running across campus, every time I'm huddled up in the library proofreading an essay that's due in 10 minutes, I'll remember that you helped me get there. And I just wanted to say thank you, because I can't do it on my own. And I'll remember that you are all behind me, and you all helped me get there. So thank you.
Commander, this concludes my portion of the announcements. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you and the Department of Indiana for allowing me to serve as Children and Youth Commission Chairman this year. And I'd also like to thank all the committee chairmen that make up the Children and Youth Commission. They did a great job this year and made my job a lot easier.
Thank you again. Thank you, Alan, for the work the Children and Youth Commission does is invaluable to our organization, and I thank you for serving this year. At this time, I'll now call Rodney Strong, Chairman of the Rehabilitation Commission, for the purpose of presenting Rehabilitation Award. Rodney.
Commander? What? Thank you, Commander. Commander, delegates, alternates, and distinguished guests. The founding fathers of the American Legion had a vision. That vision was that the American Legion would serve veterans, their families, and loved ones upon their return from service to the nation. The Rehabilitation Awards we present here today recognize the efforts of our Legionnaires and post to carry on the vision of our founders and turn that vision into reality. Our first award is presented to the post conducting the greatest amount of work on behalf of rehabilitation as certified to the Department of Headquarters. It is the Ralph V. Curly Cushman Award for outstanding efforts in all phases of veterans rehabilitation. The 2017 award is presented this year to Burton Worley, American Legion Post 18 in the 7th District. Will a commander or representative please come forward? Each year, the Department of Indiana honors those private employers who have a workforce of at least 25% veterans and have been in business for at least 5 years. These businesses have no company policies or practices that restrict either total employment or individual jobs to veterans. The winners of the Employer of the Year awards can be selected from 3 categories: large employer, medium employer, and small employer. This year, we have selected 2 outstanding companies in the medium and large categories that have demonstrated a genuine commitment to veterans. I would like to have the representative of our Employer of the Year come to the platform to receive the award. The 2017 award goes to, for the medium employer category, Kenny Kent Chevrolet in Evansville in the 8th District. For the large employer category, Michelin North America and Woodburn, Indiana in the 4th District. Let's give these winners another round of applause. Thank you. The next award will be Local Office Award. This award recognizes a superior office that provides outstanding service to the veterans in their community. This year's winner is again Work One Northeast in the 4th District. Would an office representative please come up to accept this award? Please give him another round of applause.
Amanda, you may want to set, this is the report. This is my report, so you may want to take a seat. Oh, good.
This is the Rehabilitation Commission report. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your Rehabilitation Chairman during the 2016-2017 year. We have achieved many veterans assistance and rehabilitation accomplishments during the last 12 years. The support of all department officers, American Legion volunteers, our membership, and a dedicated staff make this possible. Our Department Service Office continues accepting and filling an ever-increasing number of new claims. Over the past 12 months, records show our accredited service officers agreed to represent 5,464 new clients and filed 4,648 formal compensation claims, 273 formal non-service connected pension claims, and 525 formal death benefits claim. In addition to other claims such as for veterans health care, education, and/or vocational rehabilitation. We achieve this by employing a well-staffed service office, offering unsurpassed training to our professional service officer staff, partnering with the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs, offering American Legion accreditation to county veterans service officers, finding new ways to filling ready-to-rate claims, cooperating with an ever-changing electronic claims processing system, and offering exceptional appeals representation. Our department service officers also participate in many veterans outreach events, such as National Guard Seamless Transition Workshops, Veterans Employment Fairs, and Veterans Benefits Seminars. You have even attended one of your Veterans Benefits Seminars at your local post. By the way, our Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs and County Veteran Service Officers partnerships have given us a total of 68 accredited American Legion service officers in addition to our 5 accredited department service officers. This is 15 more than last year. In the coming year, we will further enhance our veterans service programs through even better involvement, cooperation, and training of our American Legion accredited county's veteran service officers. Our department service officers will develop special training events for them, including but not limited to short-term internship type training at the department service office. Donations to the Department Rehab Fund helped our hospital and nursing home volunteers distribute over $32,000 worth of comfort items and activities to medically confined veterans. Volunteers serving 22 different rehab accounts assisted veterans at both VA and non-VA healthcare facilities. All Department Rehab volunteers must account for funds spent by providing receipts and signed requisitions subject to the Director of Rehabilitation's approval. Thursday, I had the opportunity to chair the Department's Rehabilitation Commission Fund allocation meeting, and I can assure you that the Department accounts for every cent of rehab funds requisitioned by our volunteers. We also have an active post-service officers training program. Immediately following our last midwinter conference, Department service officers conducted a 4-hour post-service officers training seminar. Another one is scheduled for Sunday from 8 a.m. till noon at this hotel, and post-service officers are encouraged to attend. Our Department Service Office also provides a home study course on the Department website for post, district, and county service officers. The Department Service Office continues publication of periodical veteran service updates via the Department website. This publication summarizes recent changes in veterans benefits and provides post and district service officers information to report at post and district meetings. The Department Service Office also reports highlights of benefits won in the Department web page. In this, the Service Office provides example of how they win benefits for veterans. This also lets other veterans know ways they may win benefits with American Legion representation. If you have not viewed this section of the Department website, check it out. It's something you can take pride in as an American Legion member. Our Indiana Veterans Home activities also continue as post. Districts and individual members donate money and volunteer hours helping residents of the home receive the comforts they deserve. The Department Employment Committee helps promote veterans employment by providing American Legion Economic Award nominations and promoting veterans employment events. Our Homeless Veterans Committee continues to draw a large interest. The committee assists homeless veterans by working with and providing grants to establish homeless veterans organizations. The Homeless Veterans Committee also funds the Department's Richard R. Quatrin Homeless Veterans Shelter Assistance Program. The Quatrin Fund awards a $50 grant each time a documented, non-for-profit shelter provides a homeless veteran lodging and shelter for at least 2 nights. The Quatrin Fund gave grants amounting to $2,500 to homeless shelters during the last 12 months. Veterans Assistance and Rehabilitation, VA&R, is the cornerstone of the American Legion, and the American Legion Department of Indiana treats it as such for the benefit of those we serve. As your Rehabilitation Commission Chairman, I thank you once again for allowing me to serve our department's VA&R program during the last 12 months. Commander, this concludes my presentation and report as your Rehabilitation Commission Chairman. I thank you again for allowing me to serve our department's Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation program during the last 12 months.
That's it, baby.
Right. Let's give him a big hand. He worked real hard this year. This past year, I've crossed the state making official visits. At this time, I had some assistance and more than others, often than others. Not found. My 4 vice commanders were just as busy as I was. I truly believe our success this past year has been due to the officers I have served with. They have helped so much this year. because you can see they spread it the word. How many program winners we had here today? Adjutant Dagley, please call on the list of vice commanders, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Commander. Mr. Vice Commanders, as I introduce you, please come forward and make any remarks that you might have. Come on down, Milt. Milton Howard. Richard Brown. Richard Brown's the first young one. Nick Nikoloff and Pete Van Worden.
Thank you, Mr. Adjutant, Mr. Commander, delegates of the 99th Department Convention. It has been my honor to serve as one of your 4 department vice commanders. I'd like to recognize my wife, Heather Brown, who's in the audience. Please stand. Without her, this year would not have been possible. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for letting me serve as your vice commander this year. It's been a wonderful year. I couldn't have asked for a better commander than to worked with. Commander Jim has really been something else. He's if you get a chance for this job, be sure you take it. It's a wonderful job. Thank you.
Well, I've been in our Legion over 50 years. Never had a year like this one. Outstanding year. Made a new friend, got to serve the commander. It's been a wonderful year. Thank you.
Well, I've basically just completed the best year of my Legion life. We have had a ball visiting with the commander all over the top part of Indiana. I even had the opportunity to visit the 9th District with Marty and stay for their meeting. Been a wonderful year, had a wonderful commander, couldn't ask for anything better. Thank you very much.
It's up to you, Commander. You're just going to turn it back over to me. Right there. And I'll be right back.
Okay. I'd like to introduce to you some hard-working group of professionals who I've come to know well over the past months, your department staff. This group makes sure that the hard work of our communities and commissions is carried out and information is provided to Legionnaires throughout the state. I will turn the microphone over to our department adjutant, Hugh Dagley, for the introductions. Hugh, he's going to come back. I don't know where. Oh, you said he was going somewhere. Oh, yeah.
I'm a shadow of my former self, I'll tell you. Thank you, Commander. I'm very proud of these men and women, and I'm very proud of the work they do, day in and day out, nights and weekends on your behalf. That's no exaggeration. Nights, weekends, and they do it for you. I hope you'll join me in acknowledging their contributions to the success of our department, but please hold your applause until I've introduced all of them. When I call your name, I want you to come to the lower stage and stand too, if you would. First off, John Hickey, Director of Rehabilitation, without question, the finest service officer in the nation. And I've told him so many times, and many of you have said the same thing, but it isn't our opinion. It's the opinion of the national organization that relies on him from time to time to set the standard for Department Service Officers. John, thank you for what you do. Steve Hicks, Assistant Rehabilitation Director. Thank you, Steve. Bryce Hewlett, Department Service Officer. Thank you, Bryce. Tony Cross, Department Service Officer. Thank you, Tony. Kathy Kennard, Department Service Officer. Kathy is the newest in the Department Service Office. I don't know whether it's harder to do the work or learn how to do the work. Maybe she could tell you that. I can tell you none of it's easy over there. All righty, let's go over to the department headquarters. Will Henry. He's bent, and he's bowed, and he's bruised, but I think he's sticking with it. Department Assistant Adjutant. Thank you, Will. Mark Bernhardt, Finance Director. Mark is not the one that rejects your request for reimbursement. That's Tony Riley. Butch Miller, Programs Director and Veterans Assistance Coordinator. Butch put together the revamped of the Year Awards program, and I'm thinking that thing moved through extremely well this year. Thank you, Butch. John Crosby, the inscrutable John Crosby, Communications Director. He's the only guy on the staff I can look at and be absolutely sure I don't know what he's thinking. But I think he likes me, I'm not sure. But he has brought a set of skills to bear on what this headquarters is going to be doing in the next few years that is just going to dazzle you to death. I am sure of that. Tim Sproles, Assistant Communications Director. Tim's only been on the staff for about a month, I think. Is that right, Tim?
Yes, sir.
Good. He looks like he's going to work out. But we're not sure yet, right?
I'm in at the winner.
Scary, isn't it? Scary. Yeah, Claudette Collins, Department Membership. What she's doing right now is the hardest thing she ever has to do, and that's stand in front of a group. Right? Yes, indeed. Kenny Thomas, Department Membership and Logistics. Kenny keeps the wheels turning on the operation of the headquarters building. He oversupplies us with paper and always runs out of paper clips. He's an Air Force veteran. That would... And he was more comfortable, I think, in the accommodations that the Air Force gave him. Yes, he was. All right, now this is Lori Patterson. She's from the Rehabilitation Office. Senior Rehabilitation Secretary, keeps everything straight over there. Kim Shriver, Rehabilitation Secretary. Kim keeps Lori straight. Oh, we're going to have a fight now. That's good. That's good. And finally, Tina Wisely, Department Administrative Assistant. Tina? This is your staff. Please give them a big round of applause. All right, y'all can go now. There's work to be done. I'm going to miss the opportunity to work with every one of these folks. They're not. Who said that? Bowman L. trumped you. Hicks just said good riddance. I got this one. It's your officers. Do something about him, John, will you? Commander would also like to recognize his department officers, so if you would, all please come forward to the lower stage as I call your name. As it is your pleasure, applaud each individually or all of them as a group or both. National Executive Committeeman Paul Stewart. Alternate National Executive Committeeman Jerry Jordan. Department Finance Officer Tony Riley. Department Sergeant at Arms Bob Brinson. Department Judge Advocate Joseph T. Bumbleberg, Esquire. Department Membership Chairman Herb Hoffman. Department Chaplain Morris Kern. Department Historian Steve DeFeo. Assistant, what? Oh, I won't. Assistant Department Finance Officer, Jim Tracy. And the Assistant Department Judge Advocate, Terry Smith. And the Department Judge Advocate, Hugh Dagley, right here. All right, officers, you've got the applause, and that's the only reward you're going to get, so it's time to go back to your seats. You may. Oh, Brinson wants to speak. Hold him to it. You can speak. Speak. Nobody listens to the judge. Commander, you just need to stay down there because it says I get to keep this book for a while. I know. You won't have me to kick around forever and get taken. All right. We're going to conduct our group change of command ceremony for the district commanders right now. The first thing we need to do is recognize our outgoing 2016-2017 district commanders. District commanders, please come forward on the lower platform and stand in a row in district order facing the crowd as I call your name. Audience, please hold your applause. Now, if there's any one of the current district commanders that understood that set of instructions, it'll be Lori. Come on, let's get started, folks. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th district. Come on down. Current commanders. What? I only have 10 fingers. 11th, you just will come on down too, I guess.
2.
What? Well, why didn't you take charge of this outfit then? All right, let's have a round of applause for these Legionnaires. All righty, I will tell you, I've worked with an awful lot of district commanders over the years, and this is one fine collection of district officers. We tend to focus on membership, but there's an awful lot more to the job, and I'm telling you, they've all performed admirably. Let's give one more round of applause. And 5th District Commander King, not to take any chances, he applauded himself. And Tom was applauding him. I get it now, guys. Okay. All right. As the year comes to a close, and it's coming very rapidly to an end, we should now recognize those individuals who will be the district's leaders in 2017 and 18. At this time, each of the newly elected district commanders should come forward to the lower platform and face their predecessors and the consequences. When I call your name, re-elected commanders, you just stay in place. 1st District Commander Joe Simonetto. 2nd District Commander Pete Almaday. 3rd District Commander Alexander Magyar. 4th District Commander James Tempe. 5th District Commander Jack Garwood. 6th District Commander Richard Culp. 'Re-elected 7th District Commander Gina Owens. She threatened to bring a stick and hold her hat out there so she'd have someone to face, but she's not apparently going to do that. 8th District Commander Larry Smiley French. Larry makes me smile every time I see him. 9th District Commander Bill Sherrill. I love you, brother. I know you do. Re-elected 10th District Commander Lori Bowman. And the 11th District Commander Reese Morgan. All right, would the outgoing district commanders please remove their district commander lapel pin and place it on the incoming district commander's lapel? Let me know when you've got the pin transfer completed. All ready? All right, incoming commanders, please attach the past district commander pin to your predecessor's lapel. All right, outgoing district commanders, please place the district officer cap on your new district commander. Are all of our new district commanders and our re-elected district commanders in proper uniform? Please, hold out, hey! There you have it. You all may return to your seats. Thank you, Commander, for letting me do this.
People. Hell, we did all that. Is that where I'm starting out? This is it?
Vice Commander Awards.
Commission Chairman, that's where you had it.
Well, I don't know. I don't have that in my book. Wait a minute.
I guess it's the new ones, maybe.
Look
They ain't
away,
got the new. I'll now call upon Southern Vice Commander Mill Howard to call our commission chairman to be recognized. That ain't right. It says Nick. Well, we got there, buddy. Okay. Just read that.
Thanks, Commander. It's my privilege to help recognize the efforts of the commission chairmen who are present with us today. Please come forward when I call your name. Americanism Chairman, Jim Dalby. Children and Youth Chairman, Alan Connolly. Internal Affairs Chairman, Mark Gillian. Rehabilitation Chairman, Rodney Strong. We thank each of you for the great job you did this year. Commander?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rodney, not so fast. Rodney, stay up here, please. Joe Bumblebird, please, could you come up here and join Rodney and deliver the bad news?
Over the year, the judge advocate gets to announce good news and bad news. And it's never been a pleasure to do bad news, but the game was 4-4 at the end of 7th, Rodney. And unfortunately, at the end of 9, Post 11 beat 72, 5-4. But I know that you'll be after us next year, big time.
You're damn right. Let's give him a hand on that.
At this time, I'll call upon our Department Judge Advocate, Joe Bumberg, for a report on the rules and election. Joe.
Thank you, Commander. It was a long day because every time I ran into him in the hallway, he needled me about the baseball program. At any event, it's my turn now to discuss the report for the rules of our election. And Commander, the order of nominations will be in reverse order of the final district membership standings. The order of nominations for department officers shall be from the floor on a roll call of the districts in reverse order of their finish. First, we will elect 3 delegates at large, and then 5 alternates at large, all to the National Convention. Then we will elect the Sergeant at Arms, and in this order, the alternate National Executive Committeeman, the National Executive Committeeman, 2 Vice Commanders from the Northern Districts, 2 Vice Commanders from the Southern Districts, and finally, the Department Commander. That will be the order, Mr. Commander.
Thank you, Joe. Now I'll call back to the podium our adjutant for the roll call.
Yeah, right here it is. All righty, the roll call of the districts from last finish to first. District number 5. Can you get the mics up so we can hear what's going on? Thank you. District number 1.
There you go. Yep.
Mr. Adjutant, District number 1 nominates Commander Michael Planer from Allied Post 369 as a delegate to National Convention.
Michael Planer has been nominated for delegate at large. Move right on through until all 3 are delegated. Judge, is that how you'd like it done? All three until we're done. District number 3.
Mr. Adjutant, 3rd District passes.
District number 9.
Mr. Adjutant, District 9th District nominates past Department Commander Kenneth Hilton for delegate at large to the National Convention.
District number 9 nominates Kenneth Hilton as delegate at large. District number 8.
Mr. Adjutant, District 8 passes.
District 8 passes. District 2.
Mr. Adjutant, District 2 passes.
District 2 passes. District 11.
Mr. Adjutant, District 11 nominates Steve Barnett for delegate at large.
District 11 nominates Steve Barnett for district at large. District number 4.
Mr. Adjutant, District 4 passes.
District number 4 passes. District number 7.
Adjutant, District 7 seconds.
District 7 seconds the nominations. Yes. District number 6.
Mr. Adjutant, District 6 seconds.
District number 6 seconds the nomination. District number 10.
Mr. Adjutant, District
10 seconds.
District number 10 seconds. District number 5, earlier passed.
Mr. Adjutant, District 5 seconds.
District number 3, earlier passed.
Mr. Adjutant, District 3 seconds.
District number 8, earlier passed.
Mr. Adjutant, District 8 seconds.
District number 2, earlier passed.
Mr. Adjutant, District 2 seconds.
District number 4, earlier passed.
Mr. Adjutant, District 4 seconds.
Mr. Commander, you have nominations and seconds.
You've heard the nominations. All that signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Carried.
All righty. The next, Commander May, it's here for you to call for a nomination in the election of the Department Sergeant at Arms.
Okay. We now have the nominations for the election of the Department Sergeant at Arms. Mr. Adjutant, please do the roll call.
Yes, sir. Again, we're going to go in the reverse order of finish by district. District number 5.
Mr. Adjutant, District 5 yields to District 1.
District number 5 yielded to District number 1. District number 1?
Mr. Adjutant, District 1 would like to have past Northern Vice Commander, past Membership Chairman, leading candidate for Department Commander Martin Jinglovich to nominate.
District 1, Mr. Dagley, should I approach the bench or the podium? District 1 would like to nominate John J. Sarnecki Sr. for the high office of Sergeant at Arms for 2017-2018.
That is a question for the chairman of the convention. Come on down.
Oh, thank you very much.
Do you have a speech or are you finished? I mean, seriously, is that all you wanted to say?
I'll tell you what, I'll say it right here. How's that? Save some time. We're running behind schedule.
No, we're not.
All right. The gentleman I have nominated is a 46-year member of American Legion Allied Post 369. John's held many offices at 369, beginning with Post Finance Officer, First Vice Commander, Post Commander 93-94, and 1994-95. He is currently serving our post as Adjutant, Trustee, and Delegate. John has held various offices in the 1st District, with several years as the Adjutant, Vice Commander, 1st District Membership Chairman, 1st District Executive Vice, and is currently 1st District Commander. He has earned his membership in the American Legion by serving in the U.S. Army from September 2nd, 1969 through April 7th, 1971. 14 of his 19 months served in Vietnam. As John returned to civilian life, he attended Calumet College in East Chicago, graduated with a B.S. degree in management. 1975, he's been married to his lovely wife of 41 years. They together have 4 children, 4 grandsons, and 1 granddaughter. John retired early from Inland SEAL with 22 years of service, although he is still working as a project manager for the company of ESW, an industrial training company. John's a 50% disabled vet who is active at our post. The 1st District and And the VFW post 2697 in Munster, serves as a quartermaster for the last 10 years, and he's a member of the AAV Chapter 17 in Hammond, Indiana. Now that you know a little bit about him, I would appreciate that you allow him to serve as our Sergeant at Arms for the year 2017-2018. Thank you very much.
District number 3.
Mr. Adjutant, District 3 seconds.
District 3 seconds. District number 9.
Mr. Adjutant, District 9 seconds.
District 9 seconds. District number 8.
Mr. Adjutant, the 8th District seconds.
8th District seconds. District number 2.
Mr. Adjutant, District 2 seconds.
District 2 seconds. District 11.
Mr. Adjutant, District 11 seconds.
District 11 seconds. District number 4.
Mr. Adjutant, District 4 seconds.
District 4 seconds. District number 7.
Mr. Adjutant, District 7 seconds.
District 7 seconds. District number 6.
Mr. Adjutant, District 6 seconds.
District 6 seconds. District number 10.
Mr. Adjutant, District 10 seconds.
District number 10 seconds. Mr. Commander, that completes the roll call of the districts.
I'd like to get a motion from the floor to accept the nomination.
A motion to close the nomination?
Oh, I'm sorry. Get to close the nomination from the floor. You've heard a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Nay?
Okay, the nominations are closed.
Nominations are closed.
Now, move for the, get a vote on the nomination.
Okay.
All those in favor, say
All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Nays? Motion carried.
Ask for a motion.
Ask
for a motion for acclamation.
Now I ask for a motion for acclamation. Second. Any discussion? Ayes? Nays? Motion carried. You go.
Based on the action of the Department Convention, the Department Adjutant cast one vote for the entire delegation. There we go. We got us a new Sergeant at Arms. John, is there anything you'd like to say to the assemblage? You certainly have the privilege of the floor, according to the chairman.
Adjutant Dagley and officers of Great Commander May, I want to thank you. Appreciate serving with everybody this year as District Commander, and will proudly serve again as Department Sergeant at Arms. Thank you, everybody.
You have to run those things.
Okay. The next order of business is the election of the alternate NEC committee person. Mr. Adjutant, please do the roll call.
Again, a roll call of the districts in reverse order of finish according to membership. We will begin with District number 5.
Mr. Adjutant, the 5th District requests permission for past Department Sergeant of Arms Jerry Stevens to approach for the purpose of nomination.
He may approach.
Thank you, Mr. Adjutant.
Yes, sir.
For all of the National Executive Committeemen were endorsing Ed Trice. Ed served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps and was in Vietnam in 1965 and 1966. He is a 52-year member of the American Legion. He has served as a post commander, county commander, district commander, northern vice commander, department membership chairman, 4 commission chairmanships, chairman of the Strategic Planning Committee, and the state commander in 2013 and 2014. As a duly elected delegate of this 99th Annual Convention, I proudly nominate Edward Trice for the high office of alternate National Executive Committeeman. Thank you.
5th District nominates Ed Trice. Continuing the roll call, District number 1.
District number 1 passes.
District number 1 passes. District number 3.
Mr. Adjutant, District 3 seconds.
District number 3 seconds. District number 9.
Mr. Adjutant, District 9 seconds.
District number 9 seconds. District number 8.
District 8 seconds.
District 8 seconds. District number 2.
District 2 seconds.
District 2 seconds. District number 11.
District 11 seconds.
District 11 seconds. District 4
Mr. Adjutant, District 4 seconds.
seconds. District number 4 seconds. District 7.
Mr. Adjutant, District 7 seconds.
District 7 seconds. District number 6.
Mr. Adjutant, District 6 seconds.
District 6 seconds. District number 10
Mr. Adjutant, District 10 seconds.
seconds. District 10 seconds. We have one nominee. District number 1, you passed. Shall I call you again?
I'm sorry, Adjutant, I was busy writing something here. District number 1 seconds it.
I suspected as much. All right, Mr. Commander, completes the roll call. Motion to close.
I'd like to get a motion to close the nominations. Do I have a second? Any discussion? Aye? Nays? Closed. Now I need to get moved for the election to be by acclamation. Do I have a second? Any more discussion? Any ayes? Nays? Mr. Adjutant, will you cast one vote for the entire delegation?
I will do so with pleasure, Mr. Commander. The Department Adjutant, on behalf of the entire delegation, cast one vote for Edward J. Trice for alternate NECN.
Next order of business is the election of the National Executive Committee Chairperson. Mr. Adjutant, will you do the roll call?
Again, roll call in reverse order finished by membership. We will begin the roll call for NEC with the 5th District.
Mr. Adjutant, the 5th District yields to the 10th.
5th District yields to the 10th. 10th District.
Mr. Adjutant, I would like to allow Mary York to approach for the nomination purpose.
Mary York may approach.
Greg to do this.
Mr. Chairman, Delegate York has asked for permission for another member to speak. It's granted.
My name is Greg Rhodes. I'm past post commander from American Legion Post 152. I'm currently serving as the adjutant. And I'd like to begin and read this bio for you. Jerry L. Jordan earned eligibility for membership in the American Legion through honorable service to our country in the United States Army from 13 May 1968 to 5 May of 1970. He has given 44 years of continuous, faithful, and loyal service to the American Legion, Post 152 in Nicetown, Indiana. He has served in the post in various capacities, ranging from post commander to chairman of the board of trustees, and continues to serve as the judge advocate and the membership chairman. He began serving the 10th district as vice commander and has served his district in numerous offices, including district commander from 2005 to 2006. He continues to serve as executive vice commander and finance officer. He has served the Department of Indiana as membership chairman from 2009 to 2010, president of the Nicetown Home Foundation, chairman and many other officers of the Nicetown Home Committee, commander's representative to the Public Relations Committee, Child Education and Welfare Committee, commander's appointee to the Special Save the Nicetown Children's Home Committee, and vice chairman of the Americanism Commission. He is currently serving the National Organization of the American Legion as the member of the Military Benefits and Quality of Life Committee, and for the past 4 years has served as an alternate National Executive Committeeman. In addition to his involvement in the American Legion, Jerry has served his community in other organizations such as the Shirley Lions Club, Shirley Little League, Masonic Lodge 40 and 8, and the Nicetown Chamber of Commerce. He has been married to his wife Linda for 46 years and has 2 sons and several grandchildren. And a bio is a great thing when you're considering people of higher responsibility. But one thing it doesn't tell is about the character of the individual. And so I can tell you from American Legion Post 152, he's one of our highest members with the most integrity and character. Thank you.
And Mary York, I am a duly elected delegate to this department convention from the 10th District, and I would like to place the name of Jerry Jordan in nomination for the high office of National Executive Committeeman. Thank you.
10th District nominates Jerry Jordan for the office of National Executive Committeeman. 2nd District.
2nd District seconds.
2nd District seconds. 3rd District.
3rd District seconds.
9th District.
The 9th District seconds.
9th District seconds. 8th District.
8th District seconds.
8th District seconds. 2nd District.
2nd District is already second, Mr. Adjutant.
That is absolutely true. The adjutant stands corrected. The 1st District was to have been called when the 2nd District was called. I understand it. So we actually need to hear from the 1st District.
2nd District seconds. 1st District second. I was trying to get you more confused.
That's good. That is real good. Yeah, not my fault. Not my fault. I'm sorry about that, folks. We're straight now. 1st District seconded, 2nd District seconded. It's now the turn of the 11th District.
11th District seconds.
11th District seconds. 4th District.
Mr. Adjutant, 4th District seconds.
4th District seconds. 7th District.
Mr. Adjutant, the 7th District seconds.
Thank you. 7th District seconds. 6th District.
Mr. Adjutant, the 6th District seconds.
Thank you. 6th District seconds. Mr. Commander, that completes the roll call.
I'd like to get a motion to close the nominations. Second? Any discussion? All in favor, aye. Opposed? Closed. And I'd like to move for the election to be by acclamation. Like a motion? Second? Discussion? Passes. Mr. Adjutant, cast one vote for the entire delegation.
Department Adjutant cast one unanimous vote representing the vote of the entire delegation for Jay Jordan as National Executive Committeeman. The chairman has asked me to ask both Mr. Trice and Mr. Jordan to come forward to formally introduce themselves and speak briefly. Could you guys take your argument somewhere else?
As most of you know, last year when I was campaigning, I went around to all the districts, and on my platform, I had 2 points. One was hard work, and the other one was short speeches. Thank you very much.
Mine won't be that short. I don't have to tell you how much of your personal time that it takes to do the business of this organization of the American Legion. All of us spend a tremendous amount of our personal time, but we also know that none of us do that by ourselves without the support and the confidence of our family. So I'd like to thank my wife, Linda, and the boys. Through all my years of the American... Thank you. Through all my years of the American Legion, I've never heard a complaint about being gone too much, how much time I'm away, and that means a lot, and that allows me to do what I do for the American Legion and have the time to do that. I also like to thank my post, my district, and Greg, I appreciate you spending your afternoon, taking some of your afternoon to come up and do this for me. I was very proud to have a member of my post do that because for the last 44 years, that's been my home. To my district, thank you for the last years that you've supported me to get to this place. And to my traveling companions out there that gave me their Saturday evenings or Sunday afternoons or something like that to make the visitations that's required to do to get to this position. You know who you are. Thank all of you for your time. And thank you, 11 districts, for the hospitality that was extended to me and my traveling crew when we came to visit you. Sorry. Well, somebody got figured out. Last but not least, somebody got to get this back in check. Last but not least, my mentor here, Paul, for the last 4 years that he has trained me. There's a lot to learn about some of this, and a lot of people get to introduce to and to meet. And as late as this morning, I was picking Paul's brain about and seeking his wise wisdom about some other issues that are going on, and he's still helping me out today, and I hope he'll still be helping me out tomorrow. Thank you, Paul, for your, thank you.
Just bear with me. 55, 54. How about 26? 54, okay.
No, 55.
Well, he said, we'll go to 55.
There we go. Who's helping out with this?
I don't know. Somebody up above, I hope. We now will call for the election of 2 northern vice commanders who will represent the first, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 5th, and 6th districts. Oh, 5th district, I am sorry. I just want to see if you're there awake. You know, we're all having some good fun, but we're moving right along. The adjutant now will do the roll call of this.
All right, Mr. Commander, thank you very much. The process for the election of the vice commander is very similar, except that we call the districts of the north in reverse membership order to nominate the northern vice commanders. Accordingly, I will call on District number 5.
Mr. Adjutant, District 5 passes.
District 5 passes. District number 4.
Mr. Adjutant, District 4 request past Department Commander Bob Newman to approach for purpose of nomination.
Wait a minute. I think I messed that up. District number 5, then district number 1. But we'll go right ahead, Bob. Come on. Come on down.
That's all right. I certainly would not want to mess up your last.
Jerry Jordan did it. It was Jerry's fault. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. I read my note instead of my note. District number 5 has passed. District number 4. No, district number 1. Hold on, district number 4. District number 1's next.
District number 1 passes.
Thank you. District number 3.
Mr. Adjutant, District 3 would yield to District 4.
District number 3 yields to district number 4. District number 4.
Mr. Adjutant, ditto. I would like to have recognized past Department Commander Bob Newman to approach for purpose of nomination.
Do I get to come up there and talk to the mic and everything?
Yes, please come forward. Mr. Newman. I know.
Thank you, Commander, for this opportunity to place in the nomination the name of an outstanding Legionnaire from the 4th District, a man we believe will serve with distinction as Northern Vice Commander. Jim gained his eligibility to the American Legion through his service in the United States Navy from 1968 to 1971. He served as a combat CB in Vietnam from November 1968 to November 1969. Jim is a 41-year member of Castle Post 257 in Fremont, Indiana. Jim and his wife Elaine have married in 1985. Together they have 6 children, 13 grandchildren. Jim has held most all of the offices at the post level, including post commander. He has also served on numerous local committees. Jim helped charter ALR chapters in Orland Post 423 and Fremont Post 257. Jim held 6 offices at the district level, including district commander in 2014-15. He is presently serving as the 4th District Homeless Veterans Committee Chairman. Jim served as the department as the ALR State Director in 2010 and as Chairman of the State ALR. He is presently serving the department as Chairman of the Homeless Veterans Committee. He is seeking election to the high office of Northern Vice Commander for the years 2017-2018. Delegates, fellow Legionnaires, as a duly elected delegate, it gives me great pleasure to place in the nomination for the high office of Department Northern Vice Commander for the years 2017-18, a man who is a dedicated Legionnaire and my friend, James Hamilton.
District number 3 has nominated Jim Hamilton for the high office of North. All right, District number 4 has nominated Jim Hamilton for the high office of National Vice Commander. Help me out here. I move now to District number 2. Is that correct? Yes. All right, good. District number 2.
Mr. Adjutant.
Sir.
Have permission for past Department Commander Larry Lowry to approach for purposes of nomination.
Certainly may. Commander Lowry, please.
You're doing good. The 2nd District is proud this year to have a candidate for a department office. Our candidate gained his eligibility of the American Legion by joining the United States Navy in 1966 for 4 years. A member of the American Legion for 46 years, Post 492 has held several post offices as Sergeant at Arms, Chaplain, Finance, the 1st Vice, Executive Board, Firing Squad. He was a commander 3 times. In the 2nd District, he was a 702 Chairman, Vice Commander, Finance, Membership, and Commander. In the department level, he served on the Scholarship Committee, the Homeless Committee, and was Chairman of the Indiana Veterans Home Committee for many years. On the national level, he was the Veterans Employment Education Committee. He's also a member of the 48, the Sons of the American Legion, the VFW member, Navy Club, and AMVETS. He is married to his wife, Marcia, has 1 son, 3 daughters, 9 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. It is with great pleasure to nominate a friend and fellow Legionnaires, Mr. Denny Pettit, to the high office of the Department Northern Vice Commander for 2017-2018.
Thank you, Mr. Commander. The 2nd District has nominated Denny Pettit for the high office of Northern Vice Commander. Districts number 2 and 4 have entered nominations. I'm going to return to District number 5, who yielded. District number 5.
Mr. Adjutant, District 5 seconds both nominations.
Excellent. District number 1, not to be confused with District number 2.
Thank you, Mr. Adjutant. District number 1 seconds the nominations of the 2 candidates.
District number 3, who is not Bob Newman's district.
Mr. Adjutant, District 3 would like to second both nominations.
Very good. Mr. Commander, that completes the nominations.
Okay, I'd like to close the nominations. I got a second. Any discussion? With no discussion, ayes? Aye. Nays? Motion carried. I'd like to now get, well, hell, it ain't even on here. I'd like to get a motion to close by acclamation. Second, discussion, ayes? Aye. Nays? Motion carried. Mr. Adjutant, cast 1 vote for the delegation, please.
Thank you. Mr. Commander, the Department Adjutant cast 1 unanimous vote representing the vote of the entire delegation of the 99th Annual Convention for Denny Pettit, District number 6, and Jim Hamilton, District number 4, to the high office of Department. Denny Pettit is from District 2. Right. Hamilton's not from District 2. Hamilton's from District 4. Who said that? That's my vote, okay? Hamilton and Pettit, they get the vote. Can I bring them up to speak? Or do you want to wait?
Would the two gentlemen like to come up and speak or pass? How about the other one? Speak, got one going to speak, one pass.
Thank you, Commander, and you. Jim, I hope this don't mean you're not going to speak when we're out on the road. Well, I'll do the best I can. I went around to the districts, talked to them, promised them I'd do 100% the best of my ability, and that's about the best I can do. If anybody's got any advice, give it to Jim. So we'll be coming around. We're going to have a good time. Membership's always going to be our main focus. I'm hearing that already, so please help us out, do the best you can, and I'll do the best I can, and keep it short and sweet. Thank you.
Next, bearing in mind in the rules, we'll now have the nominations for two Southern Vice Commanders who will represent the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th District. Mr. Adjutant, please do the roll call.
That's asking a lot. All right. The roll call of the districts will be in reverse order of the membership finish. Districts 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. We will begin with District 9.
Mr. Adjutant, District 9 yields to District 6.
9th District yields to District 6.
Mr. Chairman, District 6 would ask the chair to recognize past Department Commander Jim Delaney for the purpose of a nomination.
Approved.
Yes, sir. The 6th District candidate for Southern Vice Commander earned his eligibility in the United States Air Force during the Vietnam era. He joined American Legion Post, the Avon Post 145 in 2002. He held most of the post offices and is currently the post adjutant. He held several offices in the district and was the district commander in 2012-2013. Being a duly elected delegate from Brown-Dolson Post 113, I would like to nominate Darrell Bowman for the office of Department Southern Vice Commander for the years 2012 or 2017-2018.
District number 6 has nominated Darrell Bowman. Continuing the roll call, District number 8.
District 8 seconds.
District 8 seconds. District 11.
District 11 seconds.
District number 7.
Mr. Adjutant, District 7 yields to the 10th.
District number 7 yields to the 10th.
Mr. Adjutant, District 10 would like Richard Jewell to approach for the nomination process.
That is fine. Mr. Jewell, please.
Thank you, Mr. Delegation Secretary, for the privilege of speaking today.
You're entirely welcome, sir. Last time we shared a stage together, I know what was going on. You?
I'm not, one of us is trying to knock you out of an office, I recall. We won't go there. My fellow Legionnaires, I rise today to nominate a Legionnaire who is a member of Post 182, New Palestine, one of the fastest growing posts in our 10th district. He earned his eligibility through service in the United States Air Force from 1973 to 1979. This individual has come up through the chairs, working his way up. He served as post commander and several other offices in the post. He served as a district vice commander, district membership chairman, and served a successful year as district commander in 2013-2014. One of his notable accomplishments is his particular expertise in finding members behind firewalls and getting them transferred into our headquarters post and moving them on out. Don't ask how he does it, but he gets it done. Therefore, I, Richard Jewell, a duly certified delegate to this convention, do hereby nominate Ron Ortelheide for Department Vice Commander for 2017-2018.
District number 10 has nominated Ron Ortelheide for the high office of Southern Vice Commander. I'm going to return back to the start of the roll. 9th District.
District 9 seconds both nominations.
Excellent. District number 8.
District 8 seconds.
Thank you. District 8 second. District 11 have already seconded, I believe. Is that correct?
I second the first nomination, not the second.
Do you?
I second both of them.
And District number 7.
Mr. Adjutant, District Number 7 seconds both nominations.
Very good. Mr. Commander, that completes the roll call and the nominations.
Roll call's been completed. I get a motion from the floor to close the nominations. Have I got a second? Any discussion? All those in favor, aye. Aye. All those opposed, nays. Motion carried. I'd like to move to close the nominations. Second. Discussion. Ayes. Aye. Nays. Carried. Mr. Adjutant, will you cast one vote by acclamation from the delegation?
It's a privilege to do so, Mr. Commander. The Department Adjutant casts one ballot. It is a unanimous vote of the delegation of the 99th Department Convention for Darrell Bowman and Ron Ortelheide to the high office of Southern Vice Commanders.
Would any you gentlemen like to come forward and speak?
Huh? Oh, okay, okay.
Well, on my way up here, everybody was telling me to keep it short and sweet. Like to thank everybody for their support, and my post and my district legionnaires for their support, and my wife. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you all. I'll do a good job for you.
At this point, excuse me, our procedure is that we ask all of the Northern and Southern Vice Commanders, the Sergeant at Arms, the NEC, and the alternate NEC to please line up on the lower stage facing the crowd. The outgoing officers to the lower stage. Not you, we'll take care of you later. Come on, sit down, you'll be fine. Newly elected Vice Commanders, NEC men, and Sergeant at Arms, please come to face your predecessors. I wish you would. I know how you're going to do this, but we'll work it out. All right, if the outgoing officers will face the audience, the new officers stand with your back to the audience. Outgoing commanders, please remove your department vice commander or other office pins. Place them on the incoming department vice commander's lapels. Now, the incoming officers, please attach the... Yeah, what do you think? A lifetime appointment? It don't work like that. That should have been done down there. I didn't do it, but it's being done.
Turn around here.
And so do I. All right. Okay, let's see. All right, by now, all of the new officers should have been pinned and capped. Is that, whoa, not so fast, Dagley. No caps? All right, you'll get yours. Yep. Go ahead and cap them. All right, if the new officers would please turn around, face the audience. Audience, let's please give them a round of applause. Now, the outgoing officers can certainly return to their seats. The new officers should remain. And I would like to call on Weber LaGrange to administer the oath of office to these newly elected officers. Mr. LaGrange? Huh? You need paper? Mic him up here, will you?
What do you want me to do with that?
Read it. I'm not between them. I never brought.
You need $5, but I'll loan you $5. Now that we've got that settled, raise your right hand and pronounce your name when I give mine. I, Weber LaGrange, do solemnly pledge myself to perform the duties in the American Legion I am about to assume, and I further pledge I do not subscribe to or support other groups opposed to our form of government. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. You are now duly sworn in and have replaced your predecessor. Congratulations. Before I turn the platform back over to the department commander for the next course of business, it would be good if the department commander asked for a motion to have the department commander appoint 5 alternates to the National Convention rather than us stand them for our election. Our normal procedure is to designate the commander as the appointing officer. Judge, am I correct?
The Constitution provides that the incoming commander does that.
According to the Department Judge Advocate, we are right because the Constitution permits that. So if we could have a motion to, I'm sorry? Judge Advocate has moved that the department commander be authorized to appoint the 5 alternates to the National Convention. We have a number of seconds. Mr. Commander, it's been moved and seconded.
Is there any discussion? All in favor, aye. All opposed? Motion passed. I'd like to get a motion to close the nomination. Second? Discussion? Passed. I'd like you to cast one vote on that by acclamation. Or however you want to do it.
I was done. All right. I'll cast one vote to affirm the motion and the second by the entire body of the organization. Commander, it's back to you.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Okay. The final officer to be nominated during this 99th Convention of the American Legion Department of Indiana will be the department commander. Adjutant, please call the roll call.
I will, Mr. Commander. Thank you. As you know by now, the order of the roll call is by district in the order of finish in membership standing. So we will begin the roll call with District number 5.
Mr. Adjutant, District 5 yields to District 1.
District number 5 has yielded to District number 1.
Mr. Adjutant, may I please approach the podium?
You may.
Thank you. The first district candidate is a gentleman I've known for many years. I'd like to, candidate of the Department of Indiana for commander for the year 2017. Marty is eligible for the office of department commander is provided by his service September 1972 through October 1974, having attained the rank of E4 Specialist Fourth Class during his honorable service in the United States Army during the Vietnam War. Marty has proudly served Allied Post 369 in East Chicago with 43 years leadership and dedication as post commander, finance officer, trustee, and delegate. He has also served the 1st District as vice commander, membership chairman, executive vice commander, and 1st District commander. Marty has also served as district commander. This is chairman of the POW-MIA committee for 20 years and has been the 1st District Scout chairman for the last 10 years. As a Legionnaire, Marty has served the Department of Indiana as Northern Vice Commander, Membership Chairman, Rehabilitation Commission Chairman, Americanism Commission Chairman, and Internal Affairs Commission Chairman. Marty also has been the Department of POW-MIA Chairman for 15 years. He has also been a member of the Department Strategic Planning Commission since 2011. Marty has become a recipient of American Legion Distinguished Service Award in July of 2009. Marty graduated from St. Joseph's College with a bachelor's degree in accounting and management. He also graduated from Indiana University with a master's degree in public administration. Marty is a member of Disabled American Vets, Chapter 17 in Hammond, a member of the Gold Brigade, Sons of the American Legion, Squadron 369, the 40 and 8, Anavicus, AMVETS, Vietnam Veterans Memorial Committee, lifetime member of Alpha Phi Omega Fraternity, lifetime member of Indiana University Alumni Association, and a member of the Boy Scouts of America. Marty has 100% American Legion family. He has been married for 43 years to his wife, Roseanne, who is a member of the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 369, and currently has been serving as the Auxiliary Department Historian and will shortly be moving up to the role of chaplain. And they have 2 sons, Joseph and Drew, who are both members of Squadron 369, as well as Marty and myself. As a delegate from the 1st District to the 99th Convention here in Indianapolis, I would like to nominate my good friend and fellow Post 369 member, a Legionnaire that we'll all be proud of, for Department of Indiana Commander for the year 2017-2018.
Thank you, John. We will continue the roll call. District number 3.
Mr. Adjutant, District 3 seconds.
District number 3 seconds. District number 9.
District 9 seconds.
District 9 seconds. District number 8.
Mr. Adjutant, District 8 seconds to nomination.
District 8 seconds to nomination. District 2.
Mr. Adjutant, District 2 seconds.
District 2 seconds. District 11.
District 11 seconds.
District 11 seconds. District number 4.
Mr. Adjutant, District 4 seconds.
District number 4 seconds. District number 7.
Mr. Adjutant, District number 7 seconds.
District number 7 seconds. District number 6.
Mr. Adjutant, District 6 seconds the nomination.
District 10 seconds the nomination. District 6 seconds the nomination. District number 10, what would you like to do?
District 10 seconds, Mr. Adjutant.
Thank you, Ms. Commander. All right, Mr. Commander, that completes the roll call.
District 5
5 seconds.
I didn't see who said that, but it sounded like Rodney King Sr. Thank you.
Could I get a motion to close the nominations? I hope so. Is there a second? I hope there's no discussion. Ayes? Nays? Motion carried. Now I'd like to get a motion to close the nominations. Second, discussion. Ayes? Closed. Mr. Adjutant, since that's happened, I'd like you to cast one vote for the very last thing, I hope, for the nominations by acclamation of the delegation.
Well, Mr. Commander, you haven't enjoyed this nearly as much as I have. All right, in accordance with your instructions, Department Adjutant casts one vote to elect by acclamation Marty Zieglerowitz as Department Commander. Vote is cast.
Once they're done with that, then I need to do this.
We should have done the registration at the nomination, not after the election. So you just...
Oh, man, these guys are cruel. I mean, they cut all this stuff. Yeah, but you know what? They did all these skip turns, and they just got to, in my name, say, well, I just thank you, and you know, see all that.
Go ahead and pound the gavel forward. You've already done that.
Right here.
You're right here.
Okay, I invite the newly elected commander and the family to the platform on the lower stage to present the office keys, car keys, and the newly elected commander's hat. Would his family please come up? Your wife, she's going to pin you on the chair. Commander, this is the most valuable gift. You can have that. There's the key to the van. There's the key to the department headquarters. Oh, you could hear me. I'm glad you're having fun. Commander, there's the keys to the van. There's your credit card. Just make sure you put it in some tin foil or something, because don't get it scanned. You'll shut you off for a few days. And it happened to me. Also, there's the key to the office, the code to the office, and I wish you well.
Rose.
Get the thanks, Commander. I hope this is full of money, too.
Commander's wife, Rose, will present the lapel pin of the newly elected department commander, son Joseph and son Drew. I believe you are presenting the cap and the name badge. Is that correct? All righty. By the time you're done with him, he'll be a full-fledged commander. Looks good on you. If you would, Rose, Drew, Joseph, just stand aside a bit. We're going to ask Weber LaGrange to return to the stage and administer the office, or the oath of office. It was the request of the newly elected commander that Weber do so, and we have honored that request. He could have said no. He said no to me a lot of times.
You ready, Marty?
I'm ready.
Oh, raise your right hand and repeat your name as I do mine. I, Weber LaGrange.
I, Marty Ziglowitz,
Do solemnly pledge myself
do solemnly pledge myself
to perform the duties
to perform the duties
in the American Legion
in the American Legion
I am about to assume.
I am about to assume.
And I further pledge
And I further pledge
I do not subscribe to,
I do not subscribe to,
nor support, nor support,
my support or your support.
nor, N-O-R,
I got it.
any groups opposed to our form of government.
Any groups
Opposed.
to our government.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
help me God.
So help me God.
Good luck.
I need it. You guys can stay up here for a minute. You're not dismissed. I can say that now. This could be brutal. I tell you what, I've been sitting on a pin for the last hour over here. That's what I call brutal. All right. Good afternoon, fellow Legionnaires, sons of the American Legion, and American Legion Auxiliary and guests. It's a distinct honor, and I am humbled to be elected as your new department commander. I'd like to thank the 1st District for all your help during my campaign and throughout the past years. I'd like to thank my wife, Roseanne, my sons, Joseph and Drew, and my sister, Carol, for all their great help. I know my mom and dad would have loved to be here today. My dad actually was the one that signed me up to the American Legion when I returned from the Army 43 years ago, and it was not a good time. I would have never joined the Legion if he didn't do it, because at that point in time I didn't want to have anything to do with the Army. I'd also like to thank the rest of my family who is floating around out there. And a big thank you to Post 369 and their members, past and present, for helping me along the way. And my good friend, John Sarnecki, for always telling me to read my emails. And that's a fact. All right, my project this year, well, I'll tell you, what happened is I've been going to the department for the last few months, and it really, I was kind of ashamed of the Department of Indiana, because you go by over there and the signage up front was in terrible shape. I mean, for being the headquarters of the Department of Indiana, not too swift. And there was a reason for that, but I won't get into that. But I'd like to be responsible for getting a new signage for the headquarters, something out of stone and mortar, structure, type of structure, and possibly a digital sign. The other thing I would like to do, it's a twofold project. I'd like to also continue support for IVETS. I think we need to build on this fund, because you know money goes like water. Now, starting out this year, we'll continue training sessions to have the best trained officers that we can possibly have. They, along with the Blue Cap members, will carry out our plans to increase membership and work our programs. The two actually go hand in hand. We will increase our membership. Failure is not an option. Over the years, I have led many teams, and the will to overcome adversity, and I know we're going to have a lot of adversity, but we must proceed. We must keep the Legion strong. Together, our time is now. We must adopt a positive attitude and work as a team. It can be done. And as a team, we will increase our membership. As I have said throughout the past year of my campaign trail, all work and no play make for a dull Legionnaire. So this year, let's party with Marty. And I know you guys already started, so. Now, for the next year, I'm working on some guest speakers at the conferences to increase everyone's knowledge of things that may affect our veterans. We can all share our ideas and accomplishments for the betterment of our programs and membership. After the work is done, it will be time to have some fun with music, special drawings, and time to reward your efforts to increase our membership for our programs. Now, if I can change, and I'm really a creature of habit, we can change. And together, for the good of the Legion, that needs to get done. Together, we will have a great year, and I'm counting on everyone for their help. Thank you again for this great honor, and I can't wait to start. Thank you so much. Hang on one second, guys. I thank you for that applause, and I just want to say that I'd like to, this is my close family here. My sister Carol is out there, my brother-in-law Andrew, my cousin Jim, the ex-DI, so we were down at Fort Polk, only it was at 2 different times, and I'm sure glad I wasn't down there when he was a DI. Rebecca, my niece, is here. My great niece Emily, Megan, my other niece, Grace, our great niece, and Claudia, my sister-in-law. And I think that wraps it up. And again, thank you so much. I really appreciate you and the American Legion.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Marty, and thank your family. Hoosier Legionnaires, as my year in office comes to a close, it's my duty to report you the state of the Legion. Before I get started, I'd like to thank you all for the opportunity to serve you as your department commander. The hospitality of the Blue Cap Legionnaires has been second to none in the districts across the state, from Evansville to Gary, Terre Haute to Richmond. Our Blue Cappers are the livelihood of this organization. Your support means all the difference in our success. And also, on behalf of my wife, Marcia, and me, and behalf of all the department officers, thank you. To our auxiliary president, Peggy Bishop, and SAL Detachment Commander Joe Siltos. Thank you all for the hard work and dedication you and your teams give our nation and veterans and their families. The relationship among our Legion families here in Indiana has grown stronger as we continue to work with one another rather than against each other. I want to thank my wife, 34 years, March. For commitment as First Lady of the American Legion, Department, Indiana this past year. As many as you know, Marcia's had a few health issues, and the challenges this year, and throughout it, she's been selfless and a consistent source of strength and encouragement. Thank you for your unwavering support throughout my entire Legion career. You've always been there to encourage me and help me and give me strength to serve our wartime veterans. And I'm proud to share this with my fellow Legionnaires. And finally, I want to thank the members of the department staff for their time and counsel in our endeavors this past year. Our small staff of full-time professionals work behind the scenes to keep the gears turning for more than 77,000 of our Legionnaires. And of course, as is true for every Legionnaire who has worn the white cap. I stand here as Department Commander because of the encouragement, mentoring, and friendship of the Council's Legionnaires in the 7th District and Post 18. If I'd tried to name them all, we'd be here all night. So you know who you are, and thank you. Now it's my duty and honor to report to you the State of the Legion. We made historic strides this year to forge a new partnership and build the foundations laid by the predecessors of Department Commander Lowry. I believe this has been a remarkable year for the Department of Indiana and for all the veterans in the Department of Indiana, whether they are members or not. Let me just say a few of the accomplishments that marked this year. We reestablished the support of the network among the Indiana major veteran service organization by reestablishing and revitalization as well as the call of the Big Four. Because of it, Indiana veterans today are better represented in the Indiana General Assembly than they have been for decades. We've obtained from the state of Indiana a commitment of $200,000 a year to support our veteran service officers, and this is the first increase of 63 years and nearly 7 times the amount we thought we'd get received after leaving the old department headquarters. We established a unique financial assistance program for the veterans, providing short-term help, emergency help, without regard to family circumstances or dependents. The Indiana Veterans Emergency Transition System has already received 21 grant requests. Of them, 14 are pending, totaling $9,243.62. 7 have been distributed for $3,051.33. The department has the resources to do more as the funds grow, and it grows because of the commitment and generosity as you. We partnered with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to give our members the opportunity to volunteer at the greatest spectacle in racing and earn contribution to IVETS, an initiative that is now being repeated, we hope, at the State Fair. We launch a unique targeted legislation contact program that allows our members to generate almost instantly a message sent directly to the state and federal legislatures, a program that has already generated more than 23,000 contacts in the State House and Congress. We also have veterans organizations in Indiana lend our support to call for additional research into the health benefits of medical marijuana. At this time, when the easy thing would have been to do and stand on the sidelines, we contribute more to Operation Comfort Warrior than any other department in the United States. Our presence and our presence on the internet, our webpage, Facebook, and social media receives attention and countless thousands of interested visitors every day. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout, we don't see the harvest of today. I'm convinced that the seeds of this that we have sowed this season will bear the fruit very, very soon. And intentionally revisit the spirit and the innovation of the change of things. We're launching the first ever cadet law enforcement training program in cooperation with the Indiana Sheriff's Association. We've revamped our programs of recognition of the state's military personnel, first responders, educators, and employees, and the evidence for which you saw earlier today. We've launched the first department officers retreat to thank our leaders for the unselfish service and to help them better understand and be prepared for their responsibility. We are working to expand the first ever Indiana-based American Legion College. This was launched under the watchful leadership of the 11th District, and I thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as the great Yogi Berra once said, it ain't bragging if it ain't done. Well, we're not bragging because we do change lives. We've adopted that branding slogan, and we understand what would ring and hollow if we could not answer the options. Oh yeah, how? I think we just recited the answers to that question better than anything. The Department of Indiana has gained national recognition in our communication endeavors as of late. We've modernized and changed the way we communicate both internationally and to our fellow Legionnaires, but externally as well. Our message, we change lives, has reached more people this year than ever. As membership continues to decline at the national level, the determining factor in the outcome of our organization lays solely on the reverence. We must reverence our veterans, their families, and the communities. Our mission has remained and unchanged for 99 years. Our nation's veterans need our assistance now, just as they did when they were returning from World War I. Unemployment, homelessness, and illness due to wounds, both physical and spiritual, have resulted in suicide rates averaging 20 veterans a day. And while the VA waits for VA benefit claims decision are in a backlog to come back manageable level, the appeals process still takes years to complete. The effect of global war on terror will continue, affect the children and the families of our veterans for years. Today we stand more reverent than ever because we changed lives. The good work and the efforts of our volunteers throughout the entire Hoosier Legion family strengthens and enriches the lives of our veterans and their families in our community. As I step aside and put on the blue American Legion cap, I do so proudly as your commander. Excited and optimistic Legionnaire. We're on the threshold of great things. I'm looking forward to continue to be part of it. In closing, let me quote Winston Churchill, whose mother was a Hoosier, by the way, who said after the brutal battering by the Germans, the Air Force, and the Battle of Britain finally was pushed back. It's not the end, it's not the beginning of the end, but it's the end of the beginning. Poetic words, those that describe where we stand today. Challenges remain. Hard work is ahead of us, but our success is assured. Our newly elected leadership will see to that. With your support and continued favor of God Almighty. Thank you.
Well, I cried. I don't know why he wouldn't have cried during that speech. I'm telling you what, he hit the points, did he not? Did he not tell you? It is not an easy thing to be a department commander. It is not an easy thing. Got people like me surrounding you. I get it, yeah. I do have the privilege of assisting with the final presentations that we'd like to make to you, Commander, as you wrap up an outstanding year in office. The presentations that follow represent not only the accomplishments of your year as Department Commander, but they also recognize the years you have dedicated to the American Legion. The first presentation, however, we would like to make is to our First Lady of the Legion, Marcia May. We want to recognize Marcia and how she has played a special role this year. Her stamina, her determination to be at your side throughout the year has been an inspiration to us all. Marcia, can you come up here? It is our tradition to present a special gift to the First Lady of the Legion, and this year is no exception. To do the honors, we would like to invite former First Lady Shirley Perkins and former First Lady Joy Miller to make a special presentation to you.
Marcia, it's been a tradition that the First Lady, first time, gets 12 roses. And these are to signify the 12 months that our commander has been on the road, away from home. We've appreciated the times you have been able to come. You fought hard. We enjoyed seeing you, enjoyed your brunch, had a lot of good conversations. And we want, when you look at these, we want you to remember those 12 months. Okay? Not that you could forget.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. And Marcia, I have the second 12. They're for the next 12 months as you and Jim spend your time together and read and go back and think about all the things that you have done this year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Marcia. Commander, just take your spot down there. We have some presentations we'd like to make to you, and we hope you'll accept these presentations as testimony on behalf of the membership, of the high value we place in you. We hope you will look back on these mementos not as symbols of retirement, but as reminders of the contributions we anticipate you will make in the years ahead. When we want to get things rolling, I want to call the Commander's grandson, Ty Stevenson, to the lower stage. He'll present the pocket badge and blue cap to past Department Commander. You just stay away from him. I know what'll happen. There you go. See? There we go. Give him a hug, Ty. Attaboy. The next presentation the commander made is his flag set. Whoever LaGrange, please come forward and make that presentation.
Well, Commander, you're supposed to stand here watching us. I do too. Commander, it's my privilege to present to you the colors under which you've served the American Legion for the past 12 months. They have adorned your office from a position of honor. It is my hope that they will continue to occupy such a space in your home as a constant reminder of your service to the honor you brought to the office. There are 3 flags here: the American flag, the Indiana state flag, and the white American Legion flag. Each is rich in tradition and meaning. Our national flag represents the very ideals on which this nation was founded and which you and your fellow Legionnaires have pledged to uphold and defend. You have done so without wavering and without hesitation. Our state flag reminds us of the contributions our fellow citizens have made to the nation for more than 200 years in every walk of life, private and public. Your contribution ranks among the greatest. And the American Legion flag, emblazoned with the great emblem of this organization, underscores the service and sacrifice of hundreds of thousands of proud Hoosiers who donned the uniforms of the armed forces to protect and defend our way of life. You have served them and their memory with wisdom and distinction. Please accept them in the spirit of respect and gratitude with which they are presented. Congratulations, Commander. I'm proud of you. Well done.
Thank you.
And I know you kept a nomination speech. We've come full circle, so you can put that in your scrapbook, too.
Thank you again.
Thank you, buddy.
Marcia, would you like to make another trip up here? Good. Come on up, because this is probably among the most significant things that we're going to do with the commander. We're going to rip that commander's pin off his chest, put his past commander's pin on. We'll let you do the honors. Don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. Don't you go anywhere, Brinson. Come right here. What?
What do you want?
Thank you, Marcia.
No.
Commander, there are other gifts and presentations as well, including something from your department officers. Bob Brinson, Sergeant at Arms, is going to take care of that. Don't read it, Bob. There's nothing in there. It's up to you.
Yeah, Commander May. On behalf of your department officers, we have a gift for you and Marcia to share. I understand you saw one of these up north and you really liked it. So, they contributed to this. And it looks pretty neat. I don't know. You wanted one? Yeah, you got to get you got to get some 4x4s to put that up. Is that it? That's all you?
Is that what you got for him?
No, I got this.
Oh, okay.
There's a little card, there's a little change in there. I'm going to eat on it. Anyway, I want to see it fill out. Thank you. This has been a great job. Turn around. Been a lot of travel. I made it too. That's surprise. I thought that band had wings on. I knew it did for a while.
And finally, Commander, I have here in our book that past National Commander Jim Couts will present you with the Commander's Plaque, proclaiming the Department's deep appreciation for your support and dedication during the past year.
Well, A.J. May, I have to call him A.J. because last night on our way to Post 64, the bus had broke down, so the commander decided he wanted to drive. I don't know how many of you have ever rode with the commander. A.J. Foyt ain't got nothing on him. Well, let me say, Commander, on this plaque that I know when you get home, it's probably one of the first things you hang besides the swing. And I know that you're going to put this in a special place because all 77,700 and so members that you went around this state this year and try to do your best in what you did. Then you're also going to look at this plaque and see all the officers that supported you and with you every step of the way. They're all on here. And you can go back to them and look at these names and always say thank you. And I know what they want to say to him. Thank you, as we do. Here, Commander May.
Thank you, National Commander Count, and thank all of you.
Commander, if you would, just take a seat down there next to Ty and Marcia, and with the rest of the people in the auditorium, direct your attention to the large video screens. We're going to present a look back for the Department Commander with some highlights of your year.
Thank you. Crazy about his stardust
Commander, I believe that's all the presentations we have, at least those that we're aware of. So will you make your way back up to the stage one last time? If there is anyone in the audience, you'll recall we took some presentations earlier today. If there's anyone in the audience right now that would like to make a presentation to Commander, now would be the time to do it. Come on down. Otherwise, we'll do a prize drawing and, yeah, we got some coming. All right, good. Before you start, let me repeat my oft-ignored instruction. Please say who you are, where the money is from, where you want it to go, and how much there is.
Thank you, Ben. Paul Norton, Post 510. My wife and I want to give $100 to the American, what's it called, American Legion, Indiana Sheriff Law Enforcement Cadet Academy.
Thank you.
It's a lot,
Thank you.
lot on there.
All right, thank you.
Don't everybody rush down here at once. All right then, here we go. We got $100. That's good. We're done with the presentations. Now let's do a prize drawing. That's gone well all weekend. All right, 754817. You know, the longer you do that, the longer it's going to take us to get out of here, you know? 755-248.
Right around mine, I'm 245.
755-248.
Boy, I had to get some
Did
right
you go get
after
another
me.
one? Yeah. 754-890. 754-890.
These people, that's not want no money.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. 754-779.
Hey. 883.
754-883. You go ahead and read them. I'm tired of reading them.
All righty. 754-750. 750.
Ow!
That does hurt, no. 754-915. 915.
Why don't we just give everybody $1 that's still in here?
Yeah. 755-197. Oh.
We got a winner.
Come on down. $197, right? Come on up. I think it's a new one. Oh, no, we're still here. I said that. All right, where are we at now? Thank you, Hill, and thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate everything you do so much. Delegates, alternates of the 99th Convention of the American Legion Department in Indiana, our business is concluded. We thank you for your participation and attention during the proceeding. 30 minutes following the adjournment of this session, the new Department Executive Committee men will meet in Salon A here in the hotel immediately following adjournment. I now call upon the Department Pastor and Chaplain Curtis Norton for the benediction. Please rise. Watch that slide.
Shall we pray? Eternal and gracious God, it is with great gratitude that we come before you at this time to thank you for the outstanding and excellent leadership of Commander May in this past year. We pray your blessing upon him and his family, especially his wife, in the days ahead. Guide him, direct him, and grant him your peace and your direction. And as we depart from this assembly, we pray that your mantle of unction would fall upon Commander Marty as he assumes the reins of the Department of Indiana. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for all the good gifts that you've given us, and help us to serve you at even a greater capacity in the days ahead. We ask this blessing in your divine name. Amen.
Cover, please. Thank you, Chaplain Kern. Until we meet again, let us remember that our obligation to our country can be fulfilled only by the faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let the service to the community, state, and nation always be our main objective of the American Legion and its members. Let us be ever watchful of the honor of our country, our organization, and ourselves, that nothing shall swerve from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. May God bless you all and this wonderful nation. And salute. 1, 2. I now declare this 99th Convention of the American Legion adjourned. Remember, a half hour. Okay.